Alien Queen, now she refuses to leave his side. The medical bay's sterile lights flickered as Adam pressed his hand against the observation window, watching the Alien Queen's chest rise and fall in shallow, labored breaths. Her luminescent skin, once radiant with swirling patterns of silver and violet, had dulled to an ashen gray. The Zetharian physicians moved around her with desperate efficiency, their six-fingered hands dancing over holographic displays that showed nothing but declining vital signs. "She's dying," Commander Reeves said flatly beside him, "and there's nothing we can do about it." Adam's jaw tightened. 3 months ago, he would have celebrated this moment. 3 months ago, Queen Elsa of Zithar had been the enemy, the brilliant strategist whose fleets had brought humanity to the brink of extinction. But that was before the discovery, before they learned that the war had been orchestrated by a third party, manipulating both species into mutual destruction, before the fragile alliance that now held their combined forces together by a thread. "The toxin is incompatible with our medical technology," the lead Zetharian physician, Dr. Vex, explained through the translator chip. His voice carried the melodic quality of his species, but it wavered with grief. "It targets her unique genetic markers as queen. Without compatible genetic material to synthesize an antidote, she has perhaps 6 hours. "What kind of genetic material?" Adam asked, his mind already racing. Dr. Vex's large, opalescent eyes fixed on him. "Similar enough to bond with her cellular structure, yet different enough to neutralize the xenotoxin. It's an impossible requirement. Our species are too different, and we've already tested every Zetharian volunteer." Adam stepped closer to the window. Through the transparent barrier, Elsa's eyes opened slightly, those remarkable eyes that shifted between gold and green depending on her emotions. Even now, fatting, they found him. Recognition sparked in their depths, followed by something that looked almost like peace. He'd spoken to her only twice since the alliance formed. Once during the tense negotiations, where her intelligence and composure had surprised him, and once after the assassination attempt that had delivered the poison now killing her. She'd asked him why he'd thrown himself in front of the first attacker, taking a blade meant for her. He hadn't had a good answer then. "Human blood," Adam said suddenly. "Have you tested human blood?" Dr. Vex's translator hesitated, as if struggling with the concept. "Human. But your species is even more genetically distant from ours than our own subspecies are from each other." "That's exactly the point," Adam insisted, fragments of battlefield medical training clicking into place. "You need something different enough to disrupt the toxin, but similar enough to bond. Both our species are carbon-based, oxygen-breathing, with parallel evolutionary development. We're close enough to have gotten this far in communication and cooperation." Commander Reeves grabbed his shoulder. "Adam, you can't be serious. The compatibility is worth testing." Adam pulled away and faced Dr. Vex. "How much time does it take to run the analysis?" "Minutes, but—" "Then test mine, now." 20 minutes later, Adam sat in the medical chair, watching his blood flow through a thin tube into the analysis chamber. Dr. Vex's hands trembled slightly as he studied the holographic results, his skin pattern shifting through colors that Adam had learned indicated extreme surprise. "This is unprecedented," the doctor whispered. "Your blood type, what you call O-negative, it's showing a 43% compatibility rate. It shouldn't be possible, but the protein structures are creating a bridge that could neutralize the xenotoxin." "Then do it," Adam said. "You don't understand the risk." Dr. Vex moved closer, his expression grave. "This isn't a simple transfusion. We'll need to cycle your blood through her system repeatedly, creating a living filter. The process will bond your genetic markers at a cellular level. The side effects are unknown. You could die. You probably will die." Adam looked through the window again. Elsa had lost consciousness, her breathing now barely perceptible. "She's the key to this alliance. If she dies, both our species lose everything we've fought for. How much blood do you need?" As much as you can survive giving, Dr. Vex replied quietly, and then perhaps more. The pain was extraordinary. Adam had been shot, stabbed, burned, and broken across a dozen battlefields, but nothing compared to the sensation of his blood being filtered through an alien biology and returned to him carrying traces of something utterly foreign. His cells screamed in protest. His immune system raged against the invasion. But through the haze of agony, he watched color return to Elsa's skin. The silver and violet patterns began to swirl again, faint at first, then gradually stronger. Her chest rose with deeper breaths. "It's working," Dr. Vex announced, though his voice seemed to come from very far away. "Her vitals are stabilizing, but Soldier Adam's readings are critical. We need to stop." "Not yet," Adam ground out through clenched teeth. "Not until you're sure she's safe." Hours blurred together. At some point, Commander Reeves was there, arguing with the doctors. At another point, Adam dreamed he saw Elsa standing beside him, her hand hovering over his face, though he knew she was still on the other side of the glass. The boundaries between consciousness and delirium dissolved. When he finally woke, the first thing he noticed was that the pain had transformed into a strange, humming sensation throughout his body, not quite comfortable, but no longer agonizing. The second thing he noticed was Elsa, very much awake, sitting in a chair beside his bed. "You're real," he mumbled. "I am," she replied, and he was startled to realize he could understand her without the translator. Her voice was musical, layered with harmonics that he'd never heard before, or perhaps he had, but now he could actually perceive them. "The doctors say our blood exchange has created a permanent genetic link. I can sense your life force, and you, I believe, can now sense mine." Adam focused, and there it was, a presence at the edge of his consciousness, warm and intricate, unmistakably alien yet somehow familiar. What does this mean? Elsa's patterns shifted to colors he was beginning to recognize as thoughtful concern. "It means that you saved my life at great cost to yourself. It means that part of you lives in me now and part of me in you. In my culture, such a bond is sacred. The one who gives their blood becomes Shellanter, bond guardian. It's a connection deeper than family, than friendship, than any alliance." "I just did what needed to be done," Adam said, though even as he spoke, he felt the truth of her words resonating through their strange new connection. "Perhaps," she leaned forward slightly, "but now I am bound to you by blood and by honor. Where you go, I go. What threatens you threatens me. This is not gratitude, Adam. This is the fundamental nature of what we've become to each other." Commander Reeves chose that moment to enter, stopping short at seeing them together. "Queen Elsa, we've prepared quarters for you in the diplomatic wing." "I will stay here," Elsa interrupted gently but firmly. "My bond guardian is still recovering. I will not leave his side until he is well." "Your Majesty, this is a military medical bay, not." "Then I suggest you become accustomed to having royal visitors in your military medical bay, Commander." The patterns on her skin shifted to a color that Adam's new awareness interpreted as steel determination. "I am not requesting permission. I am informing you of reality." After Reeves left, shaking his head in bewilderment, Adam couldn't help but laugh, which hurt. "You know you're going to cause a diplomatic incident." "I've caused many such incidents," Elsa replied, and he sensed amusement through their bond. "But none quite like this, I admit." Her expression grew serious. "You threw yourself before an assassin's blade for me. You gave your blood, your very life essence, to save mine. You are human and I am Zetharian, and our people have been enemies for so long. Yet you did these things. Why?" Adam considered the question, feeling through their bond that she would know if he lied. "At first it was duty. The Alliance needed you, but when I watched you dying," he paused, searching for words, "I realized that somewhere along the way you'd stopped being the alien queen and started being Elsa, someone who mattered, not just strategically but personally." Her hand moved to rest lightly on his, and he felt a warmth that was both physical and something else entirely, an emotional resonance flowing through their genetic link. Then, it seems we are both surprised by what has grown between our species, and between us. Your people are going to have strong opinions about this, Adam pointed out. As will yours. Elsa's patterns rippled with colors he was learning meant determination mixed with hope. But we've already achieved the impossible. Two species that were destroying each other now stand together. Perhaps we can achieve this impossibility as well. Through the window, Adam could see the stars beyond the medical bay, the vast darkness that held both their worlds. Two species, different beyond measure, connected now by blood and choice. The war had tried to destroy them both. Instead, it had created something new. "You really won't leave?" he asked. Elsa's eyes shifted to that gold-green color that he was beginning to understand meant absolute certainty. "I am bond guardian as you are to me. Where you heal, I wait. Where you go, I follow. This is not a choice, Adam. This is who we have become." And feeling the truth of it resonating through their shared blood, through the impossible bridge that connected their very cells, Adam found he didn't want it any other way. The human soldier had given his blood to save the alien queen. Now they would face whatever came next together, bound by biology, by honor, and by something neither of their species had quite found words for yet. But they had time to find those words, all the time in the universe. End.